both of these players choosing super high damage variations, getting the Kapow launcher with Joker and the low Batsy Pew Pew, I think it's called, the low projectile that gives you so much completely unbreakable damage. So this is going to be, I would have to say, pretty quick matches in either direction. And right now it's looking in the direction of Mirko.
Yeah, I mean, already an incredible start. Basically has only taken chip damage at this point. Okay, there's the pressure, but the fatal blow cancel. That's one of the real big strengths of Joker, is because now he's going to be able to get side switch off of that, and he will get his fatal blow back here in just a bit.
Oh, but the teleport cancel, get out of the corner, and that is a great tool to have. Oh no, big conversion here. No defensive bar because of the teleport cancel. Okay, just built it up at the very end, but it's a pretty late break, and that means that any conversion from this point on is going to be enough pretty much from either side. Oh, gets hit, and that should be it. Oh,
it is real hard to deal with Joker pressure when he has that fatal blow stocked, because you don't know if it's going to be walk up throw after the fatal blow cancel. So, you know, maybe you try to duck and then he hits you with the emphatic mid.
Yeah, and that's, well, actually he tried to jump, I think, but it was kind of hard to tell. But yeah, it's, I mean, it was the mid option, and I couldn't tell what happened personally. But yeah, it goes to that a lot, and we see exactly why the damage can just add up so quickly from Joker. Oh, weird trade. Spirit trades are always gonna look weird because everybody gets knocked down.
Okay, there's the breakaway immediately, though. That did spend both defensive bars for one of the offensive, though. So, I mean, I guess with that kind of life deficit, you really want to worry about that sort of thing. But, oh, the cancel right there. Gonna get the throw.
And he's taking such an, again, an early lead. Oh, okay, that's going to be it. Beautiful anti-air. Didn't give him the chance to make the comeback that time. I mean, it's scary, you know? As soon as you get Joker into that fatal blow range, we see everything that we saw in the very first round. So you have to make sure that you finish him when you get to that point.
Yeah, beautiful standing one conversion, just to be able to get all the anti-air. I mean, it's almost as Mirko was just ready for it, but there is the flawless block punish.
No close block on any of the 4-3-4s so far from Scorpion. Definitely a gap that a lot of people are ready for. Okay, empty jump down 2 in the corner. That is a very interesting choice, plus cornering himself. So we'll see if this ends up working out, but this is definitely going to be a good spot position-wise for Mirko.
Okay, fighting back though. Lock corridor, not having any of it. Gonna amplify for this, get that extra damage on the down 2.
And yeah, just so much damage for one bar when you use the Kapow. And even if you break away, the down 2 does a ton of it. And this should, I think, be a guaranteed win. Oh no, he could have gotten at least a down 1 right there, and I think killed. But now there's a chance for Mirko.
Well, I guess maybe just not ready for the breakaway timing at that point. Lock corridor, I mean, it's chip range at this point, right? Just one good low bat shot. Maybe, yeah, okay, well, that works out too, right?
Yeah, yep, that absolutely works out. And even if that had been blocked, that would have been guaranteed chip in the end. But you had to make a risk there, I think, as Mirko, because, yeah, you were just so low. There are a ton of full screen options that Joker has, and he was trying to bait him into getting to, or into teleporting to try to stop those options, but it was just going to be tough. So I think it was a spear trying to read some sort of like forward or backwards movement, which would have been, I think, enough, especially because the spear just restands you, doesn't really give a good opportunity to break. But it is what it is. You got to make a big risk at the end like that, and it didn't pay off. And I think that, I mean, the biggest story there was the fact that it looked so good for Mirko in the first round, and then he still lost, because he could have easily taken that 2-0 very quickly. Had that first round worked out for him, and then the second round worked out the same way it did, that could have been just domination. But didn't let it happen. Lock corridor staying mentally sound.
Well, I think one of the big attributing factors is obviously the fact that we talked about Lock corridor and Mirko taking the high damage variations, right? The big damage on that Kapow. Just paying off dividends, especially of the fatal blow cancel, being able to get more even when Kapow is not available, because maybe you don't have the offensive bar at the time. Fatal blow cancel is going to take you that extra mile on that. So, I mean, was able to just damage race as much as Mirko was able to apply that damage. It's all the same for Joker.
Yeah, and I do have to point out that in the last game, we didn't see a Mercy. So that just goes to show how much respect Lock corridor has for Mirko, for obviously a very good reason. And he clearly just wants to take this set seriously, which is a pretty rare thing for Lock corridor, but I love seeing it because serious Lock corridor is on another level.
Yeah, and a second time on the standing one, gonna be able to get that anti-air full damage conversion too. And okay, here it is again. We have that situation where Mirko is up by quite a bit of life, but Lockwarder seems to just figure out the best times to just mash out of pressure.
Oh, it just takes one little hit to, oh, the trade. All right, not gonna be able to be any sort of combo there. I think maybe if he trades to the down one, he can get that, but still the pressure is just continuing. Oh, gets the last little knockdown with the down one, which is what you want to see.
Oh, down 3 right there just to be able to get out of pressure, and then I allowed for the chance overhead. Mirko, first round.
Yeah, that overhead's going to be super nice. She's going to jump over any sort of like lows also, especially like that down 4. We do see it quite a bit from the Joker, but great punish here. And of course, no defensive bars. So you're going to see, actually, you know, you could potentially get a little bit more damage on that, but I like the fact that Lockwarder goes for a little bit of a better knockdown. The stagger. Oh, and there's an escape failed. That's going to be a really, really big deal. We do have the crushing blow throw from Scorpion. Got crushing blow throw from Joker, but that's going to be only after he does a fatal blow cancel, which is also now going to be on the table, but nice flawless block.
And then just right there on the whiff punish, able to catch super easily, 2 rounds quicker. That was a lot more in Mirko's favor. That felt like a higher level of control.
Yeah, like I was saying, you know, this game looked a little bit more like if the first game hadn't had that huge comeback, I feel, where it does seem like overall Mirko tends to take a lot of control of the neutral, which is a super hard thing to do, may I just note, against Joker, who has easily some of like the best like normals for playing that mid-range in the entire game, has a lot of specials that are not easy to get around, like using the jack in the box, or yeah, there's just a lot of things that the Joker can do, some of the best jump-ins, but Mirko just looking super comfortable. The only time that it looks really tough for him is when the pressure starts, especially with the fatal blow cancel, but I mean, that's going to be tough for anybody. That's some of the scariest situations you can be in the game. So we'll see if Lockwarder can adapt and try to win out in a few more maybe neutral situations.
Well, one apiece. This is definitely looking like it's going the distance, as we I guess we did predict it a little bit that it was going to be a bit more of a difficult matchup, but you know, I gotta be real, the Batsy Pow Pow has not done, like in the first game during the second round, the Batsy Pow Pow came into play, but not so much that last game.
Yeah, so there are 2 main reasons why you choose that move, right? Number 1 is you either want to zone people because it is a great zoning tool, but you can't zone Scorpion because he can punish it on reaction. Great flawless plug up too. But the other situation is when you want to get unbreakable damage. But why that's not happening is because so much defensive bar is being spent from Mirko on teleport cancels, so Lockwarder can almost always get his full combo anyway. So I would say maybe a switch to variation would be smart. But right now you can see it doesn't even matter which moves he's choosing, just getting pressured.
Okay, here's the knockdown here though for Corridor, and just backs off. I love that from Mirko. He's like, yeah, I don't want to have to deal with the possible mix-up. Fatal blow is now back on the table, but there it is, the low.
Yeah, I think maybe there was an attempt there to whiff punish, but it was maybe just a little bit too slow, and he got caught getting kicked in the toes. Unfortunate, but Mirko's up yet again, 3 rounds straight now.
Yeah, well, I mean, the back one is super good for Scorpion. I mean, it's one of his best like long-range footsie tools, so.
Yeah, and luckily he is one of the characters that does have some pretty long-range footsie tools. Otherwise, this would be so much more difficult. But he's using them so well. Nice cancel.
That's one of the reasons why that back one is super good, right? Because you can go into the pressure situation. They think, okay, are you going to go for the string or are you going to go for teleport cancel, right? And so they really have to play around that.
All right, yeah, gets a little bit of a juggle there. Can't get all that much, but yeah, like you were saying, it mixes up your options, which no other. Oh, 4-4 finally gets the crushing blow, and there's no defensive bar. Yeah, 2 and 2. Oh no, he doesn't have the meter to extend it. Still 364 damage. That means that he is just either maybe like one more hit in the grab or a buffed grab. Okay, which we don't see him set up. Away from the kill here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think he was looking for the flawless block right there and didn't actually get it, but the whip is going to allow for the crushing blow. Oh, that's huge for Lockwarder. Is this? I think that might have actually just been death, straight up.
Oh, maybe, but we're not going to see any other opportunity to close that out. as Mirko did the interesting late breakaway, and I wonder exactly what that was, an attempt to punish, maybe like an attempt to punish some, it had to be something into some sort of special, or maybe it would have been fast enough to get away from the fatal blow because it's a little bit slower. I don't actually know, but regardless, it did work out. And yeah, I'm surprised that he didn't go for anything a little bit more like guaranteed there. However, it is now 4 rounds straight for Mirko. It looks like he's really taking control of this match.
Yeah, I think that late breakaway was probably the best option for whatever read that he had on Lockhorter, because I think Lockhorter was committed to wanting to go for the full combo because it would have straight up killed if like a fatal blow at the very end of it, right? Possibly. And so I guess Mirko was recognizing maybe the greed of wanting to get that, and that's why the delayed breakaway came into play there, because not only is the delayed breakaway something that you're not always able to predict because it's so late, you know, you're expecting somebody to break away a lot earlier, and you're looking to armor break that, but it also allows for, maybe if you're going for the full combo, you start whiffing the string, and then they can't punish your, they can't put you back into a meaty situation on the breakaway.
All right, yeah, speaking of breakaway, already a quick breakaway from Lockhorter, but that means no defensive bar when all of this offense is coming. And so half of his life already gone. Whoa, that was some slick movement up into that dash up grab.
Okay, block on the string right there, just go straight for overhead. And I mean, yeah, that's... A lot of it has been very little damage, just kind of like getting, where he can, and then as soon as I say that, a big anti-air should be the death here.
Oh, that was so smart. So a lot of people in that situation would have gone for something like another standing 4 into spear, but Mirko knew exactly, even off of that very weirdly scaled combo, nice down to crushing blow. Yeah, we're gonna see the breakaway for sure, but he knew exactly what would kill and get the most corner carry and keep him in the corner positioning. So that was beautiful for Mirko.
Even if it didn't kill, could have probably just gone for chip damage at that point. It was just super good decision all around for Mirko. Lockhorter fighting from, I mean, a pretty precarious position, not a lot of real estate behind him, and now he's gonna deal with the teleport, but wow, just barely got away.
Yeah, and that means we get a lot of damage here. 332 into a nice knockdown, and the corner positioning here for Lockhorter. Oh, and a great block on the overhead. Doesn't get the punish, though. Oh, no, this is gonna be a lot of damage. No defensive bar. Okay, goes for the side switch. Could have maybe spent one more bar if he wanted to, but he realizes that he's very close to the end here. However, Mirko getting put into Fatal Blow, which we haven't seen this entire set, but it could come into play just to try to close things out.
Okay, well, I mean, at this point, it's just like chip damage, right? You're going to be seeing, yeah, that teleport, I can totally understand. And it's really good, actually, because it allows for great positioning. You kind of like give up the round for the positioning aspect of everything. And since Mirko is on set point, I think that was a great decision, even though Lockhorter had to take the round from that.
Yeah, and of course, if it hit, then the roll would have been huge too. But there we go. That crushing blow set up so much earlier, but wow, Raw Spear is going to connect afterwards. Hitting maybe meaty after that setup. I don't know. Mirko definitely knows. Good interrupt, but needs to find a lot of damage to make the comeback here. Great conversion. One more mix-up, and the low is going to be it. And Mirko so dominantly taking that final round. Not phased at all. That was a masterclass, in my opinion, of Scorpion play, and it is so rare that you see Lockhorter look so lost in a matchup. Who was it? We saw somebody hard call out a teleport cancel. I think it maybe was with, it was maybe K-Top last week, calling it out with a dash punch, which was a lot less high reward, but I think it did get the crushing blow. So I think it's entirely possible. Of course, that would be a really heavy read. And I actually don't know personally whether that's a true punish or not. No, but that's a little bit slower. Regardless, we'll see. And they are going in with what we expected from them. And immediately we're starting off with Do Basic, getting the first opening, which is always going to be a lot of damage, especially if you get the crushing blow armor breaker. That's half life gone.
Oh man, yeah, that's a great start for Do Basic. Again, Scorpion, he is a character that can dish out damage. I feel like that can be a very quick turnaround. Damage racing versus Scorpion is something that you really got to be able to figure out, because he can dish it out just as quickly.
Yeah, like by the time you said this could quickly turn around, or whatever your actual wording was, it had already turned around, and it likely had already gone back to Mirko, and now it's just continuing to go in his favor, as he only needs one more hit, and that's going to be unsafe, so that will definitely be it, as I'm sure Mirko will punish in every possible situation. I like the call out, though. if that down back 4 had caught him poking, that would have been the launching crushing blow. Oh no, it wouldn't have. He already used it. So that was actually a little bit of a mistake on DoBasic's part, I think.
Yeah, these things happen. These things happen. Oh yeah, he tried to fake him out, but DoBasic was not biting on that one. Really good patience.
Yeah, both of these players know very well when to be extremely patient. Oh, great standing forward to actually get as much damage as possible on that breakaway. And now this corner damage setting up three fours in a row. Oh, and the fourth one to crushing blows. Oh no. Oh, you know what? The #1 rule of fighting games, if your opponent isn't dealing with something correctly, just keep doing it, right? And that 4-3-4 in the corner.
Don't fix it.
Exactly. Oh, but he already used the crushing blow. I think he forgot that he used the crushing blow because he fished for that earlier and he just fished for it again, but it's not going to pay off because he did use it on the armor break, which is such a rare thing. And that's why we tend to see that crushing blow saved and them just taking the normal damage from the armor break. But now it shows exactly why. And Mirko with a very quick game 1.
Yeah, I think he specifically just wanted to be able to get out of the corner situation with that one. I don't really know if he... I don't think he forgot about like having used the crushing blow or anything. I think it was about positioning personally. But,
yeah, it's possible. It is pretty a long-range special, so it could just be used as a poke.
I'm just saying, he was getting hit by 3-4 over and over again. At that, at that point, I feel like he's probably looking for a way to either get out of the corner so he doesn't have to deal with the 3-4 string several times, possibly.
Yes, 4-4 in the corner is really good because the pushback that it has, even if you do flawless block the second hit of it, oftentimes like flawless block and up 2 whiffs completely. And I do know that Cabal has a pretty good flawless block up 2, so I don't know what that exact matchup interaction is since we so rarely see Cabals. But yeah, he was looking not to be in exactly the best situation. And I'm not sure why he got hit by quite so many. Maybe he was just making the wrong read on the grab, but I think that things just kind of ran away from DoBasic in that very first game, and I think he's gonna kind of catch up mentally.
Yeah, definitely hope so. Coming into it, I mean, it was only the first game too. It's one of the reasons why 3 out of 5 is so nice for these players, is because they get all that chance to adapt and come back. Game number 2 underway.
Oh, and again, the forward 3. It's going to be the go-to normal, it seems like, this game. Standing for anti-air. Wow, maximum damage. Look at that, 317 for 1 bar. That was beautiful.
Yeah, that's why this character just has, and especially with the burning spear buff, I mean, you're going to get a ton of damage no matter what with this character.
Yeah, I see Acid Matza in chat right now saying that I think DoBasic's the best Scorpion there is, and I don't know, I'm definitely not going to argue that. It's up for debate, but definitely in the running. Yeah, this is looking, I mean, this is looking so good. You can constantly, every single time why, too, you can see, or sorry, every single time we see him, we can see why he's in the running for that. But right now, just kind of trying to bait something out. It's some weird move, man. I like what I'm seeing, but I'm not really sure what it's achieving.
Well, you know, it seemed like maybe he was backing up to try and catch light gas, possibly, but he eventually got caught by one of them. And so just trying to jumps out of the corner for basically free right there. DoBasic with no reaction on it. Again, no reaction on the jump there. I guess probably trying to flawless block maybe, right? Oh, breakaway was perfectly timed right there from Mirko. That got out of the fatal blow. And he is now going to keep that pressure going. Yeah, that breakaway was beautiful.
Yeah, I think actually he was in a spot where he maybe could have punished, but he messed up a little bit. He woke up with a standing 1. Maybe he thought he was a little bit closer, or maybe he was trying to get like a back 1, and I don't know. There was some sort of little mistake there, but regardless, that was a beautiful time to break away. And you can tell that's something that comes from matchup experience, knowing exactly when you can actually, because I mean, you know, if you're a little bit slow on that, you're getting armor broken and you're dead for sure. The scaling resets, everything is just bad news, but he knew perfectly and it paid off.
Yeah, all right, now the burning spear is up on deck for the damage, but there is a beautiful slight gas right there. It's going to be able to get full damage.
Ooh, I like that. Just 1 standing 2 to try to stagger on Oki.
Oh, great reaction.
That should be enough. As far as I know, yeah, way more than enough. Of course, this variation is going to be one of the highest damage Cabal variations you could possibly get. And he is going to take advantage of that when you get it down to crushing blow like that.
Yeah.
I mean, didn't even go for the spin. That wasn't even like halfway done with the combo.
Yeah, you don't even have to go for like, you don't even have to have the super damaging variation. It is a down 2 crushing blow. You're going to take a ton.
That's true. That's true. All right, but being so patient here, little microducks, but not really making any sort of offensive read with the microducks. And so all this pressure is starting to add up, but nice patience. No. Weird risk for Mirko.
Yeah, it's a very interesting choice because like he hadn't gone to that just yet, right? Maybe he was expecting like I don't know, like a jump out or trying to press buttons in the middle of the string, and it's like going downhill for Mirko because of that choice. Now guessing wrong on the mix-up twice at this point.
Oh yeah, and one more knockdown, and just needs this hit. No, doesn't get rid of the standing two. Here's a chance for Dubasic. He's gonna be able to switch sides. He gets rid of all the defensive bar. Just needs to get one more big opening and a crushing blow. This is huge, huge. He's got a bar. He's gonna be able to spear ender here to side switch, get him back in the corner. He's got fatal blow. He just needs to get one more conversion. Oh, but great call. That was so scary. That was almost a comeback situation, and just 1-1 stagger into grab is all you need, and Dubasic showing that he's not out of it yet.
Yeah, super good from Dubasic right there. That had to have been like a max range throw, I feel like. Like at the absolute tip of his hands. He just barely caught the shoulders.
I know, yeah. I honestly didn't even think that was like an option after that standing 1-1, because it wasn't like he was like point blank in pressure for it. It was a weird situation, but clearly he knew exactly what he was going for. And I love the fact that he had the crushing blow throw locked and loaded, but he went for the other throw like several times in the pressure earlier on. It just again shows just knowledge of how exactly you need to pressure and mix things up with a character like Cabal, who doesn't really have a lot of just like raw overhead low mix-ups that you're going to be able to do, or like a lot of like plus frame mix-ups that are just going to be like a big guess and grabs. So you have to find your own openings, make people whiff, make people make mistakes, and then when you get the crushing blow throw opportunities, then it becomes a much scarier game. But there's going to be much more opportunity for him to show that off, and I think this matchup is about as close as I was expecting it to be between the two of them.
Yeah, I gotta say that harkens back to what we were talking about with the throws prior to throwing someone out of the corner, right, in the Asadamase match. You go for the throw that's not the one that's gonna crushing blow, because they're trying to tech the crushing blow. They don't want to take all that damage, right? And Mirko had just enough health that actually mattered up until the very last throw, when it was a true 50-50 on which one would go on.
Yeah, and at that point, yeah, he wouldn't have even needed the crushing blow, just a little bit extra for fun, but didn't go for it anyway. And this game starting off a lot slower. I mean, we've seen some pretty quick round starts from both. Oh, I say that and immediately see the hard read on the raw Nomad dash. And look at that damage. It pays off strongly. 312 for one bar off a raw Nomad dash.
I wonder if that was because Mirko decided to not go for Oki and instead get the burning spear buff, but there it is. The teleport cancel is going to be able to make sure that he gets good mix up off that too.
Ooh, raw dieback forward, but no crushing blow on it. Didn't get the counter hit. Just needs one more hit. Okay, speaking of plus frames, that's actually plus on block, and so we see the respect coming out of Mirko. He ducked the first hit, but he didn't take advantage of it.
I didn't believe on the duck there, and wanted to use the fatal blow to catch the tell. I totally understand. I feel you. I respect it 100%. It just happened to not work out that time.
I mean, that was a great call to cancel right there and then just block immediately rather than even canceling and maybe even trying to press a button. Otherwise, that would have been donezo. But Mirko showing why the teleport cancel is so good. Cover to basic, not phased in the least bit, so enough strong in this round.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to be hard pressed to fight a Scorpion without teleport cancel. That is a super good move.
Ooh, try to get the whiff punish, but both of their normals are just so far that they're just, oh, you can see them. They're just like throwing out back ones at each other. It's really cool to see. They're like, okay, come on, commit, try it.
I mean, back one is both of their best, like, far-reaching things. Like, Cabal, obviously, back one, too, right, is going to be able to work out pay in spades. But that's going to be the round right there. And this is going the absolute distance.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's a reason why the chat so correctly called this as an exact 50%, but huge crushing blow. Okay, goes for the breakaway immediately. That is actually one of the strongest launchers that Cabal has, but he does have multiple crushing blows that he can get off of the punish counter hit situation, so it's not the only one. Oh, nice false block, but just dashed in and tried to block again.
Ooh. Yeah, the back one gets punished by the back one.
And I love the usage of slight gas in pressure. That's one of the scariest things about it. You always want to like try to make that read after the jump ins, but there's always the chance for another jump in. It can switch sides, guaranteed. Here we go, gets the knockdown.
Now, does Cabal have the crushing blow for throw escape fail? Because he did escape fail just a moment ago, so I'm curious.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Okay. So we'll see if it comes into play. He was studying that a lot in the last game, so I don't know if he's ever going to try to cash out, but speaking of cashing out, big crushing blow does a lot of damage over time after it hits. So you can see Dubasic's health going down as we speak. Oh, look at this stagger pressure. Dubasic patient, but finds the perfect moment to poke out and knows that that's going to be it. More than enough. 1-1-1 into fatal blow. Even if there was a breakaway, would have caught it. And so that crushing blow damage over time is not going to mean anything. Dubasic taking game number 3.
I still think the crushing blow was the right call because at the very least, if you keep the pressure up, it's not going to matter if you get the hit or not up until, you know, they get close to being able to be chipped out. Problem is just like you said, Dubasic finding the absolute perfect moment to be able to catch the stagger pressure out. We saw a lot of duck unders as well from Dubasic, so I feel like he has like the knowledge of what string he wants to go towards, but he just kind of hadn't gotten that capitalization up until the very end, right there when it mattered most, to be fair.
Yeah, absolutely true. Yeah, we have seen him neutral duck a lot of like the first hit of like jab strings, for example, that Scorpion loves to go to because they're generally plus on block, and plus then they give you the kind of stagger opportunities that we see leading into grabs or even back threes. But we haven't seen him punish. You know, he's ducked the first hit and then just blocked again, which is a really interesting choice. Maybe he's trying to go for only if he sees the grab with, then he'll react with a punish, which is definitely a little bit of a safer opportunity, but maybe he should have a little bit more confidence in his reads as he's been making a lot of them correctly. But hey, he's up 2-1 in the set, so whatever he's doing, I guess just keep doing it, right?
So actually in the middle of that set, he started to get a little bit more confident about the down the crouch into down 2, because we saw him crouch and then immediately just down 2. It whiffed, so it happened to be the wrong timing, but it was like he was just like, okay, I've been crouching all of these, I clearly have something, and he just started to start believing.
Well, we'll see if he does again. Oh, nice. Yeah, that is a very classically flawless blockable situation for Scorpion. And now he's, okay, not quite the full combo, but drops it still at like over 300 damage. So you take that.
Absolutely.
Oh, this is a big conversion. No defensive bar, so that should be it. And now Dubasic going up to match point rather quickly.
Round 2.
Yeah, very strong round for Dubasic right there. Mirko is just gonna have to find some way to slow down the speed demon.
Easier said than done. And usually his patience is so strong, but a great knowledge on breakaway, knowing that that's a punishable situation if he does go for the spear, and Mirko committing to it for the damage. However, didn't get as much as he possibly could have. Again, though, the down 2 read, you're right.
Yeah, he's starting to believe.
Unfortunately, when he has believed, it's been the very few times that it hasn't been the correct call, but hey, at least he didn't get punished, so could be a lot worse.
Oh, 4-3-4 gonna get the crushing blow, and now he's gonna take the corner right back with all that damage, 328, and then a mix-up. Oh wow, he actually just didn't believe in the mix-up. That's surprising.
I know. I don't know exactly what he's trying to bait right there, but just double down 1 is an interesting choice in pressure. He's playing extremely patient, and he's always playing like Dubasic has fatal blow, but he doesn't quite. And this, that was gonna be a huge conversion. That was actually a gigantic drop.
Spear!
I can't believe that was a crushing blow. That was way, way, way far away, but grab should be it. And Mirko's not out of it yet.
No offensive bar coming into it. He's going to get close to getting the 1 back, but I mean, Mirko just needed that as much as he could. So spending both on that was a superb choice.
But already starting the corner pressure. But he's just backing up. I don't know exactly what he's going for here. He's backing up so far. He's just giving away the corner at this point.
It's working though. It's been working so far. Like that entire last round, he backed up and then he got the round, right? So whatever it is he's just goading Dubasic into being able to take it back. And I think that's why Dubasic hasn't pressed a single button after he backs up, is because he knows he's starting to look for stuff. But finally, there it is.
I don't know. This is the weirdest turn in this set that I've ever seen, and he does land, like you said, the full screen spear, and now backing up is just saying like, yeah, you got to do something to me because I have such a gigantic life lead. They're at 43 seconds left, but that is not a huge amount of time if you can't open people up. And again, Cabal, I don't want to say has issues with opening people up, but can't as easily as some of the other characters with more canned mix-ups.
Well, there's throw number 1, and he does have that fatal blow, so the teleports are you're gonna have to watch out for the teleports. But nice catch with the slight gas.
Oh yeah, this is scary. What? Instant jumping on wake up, and now Dubasic is one hit away, and that jab string is going to be it as they go to game 5. I am so weirded out by this strategy to just walk back, but it's working out super well. It is really changing the entire pace. I mean, you actually, you made the joke of you have to slow down the speed demon, but that's what he's doing. That's literally what he's doing. Is he's controlling the entire pace of the match, saying like, okay, you know what? Like, you're coming with me. Let's go. Let's take a walk. Let's take a walk all the way to the other side of the screen, and let's take our time with this. And now I can get my composure back. And it seems like it's just turned everything around. And you love seeing that. You love seeing that kind of adaptation.
Dude, he quite literally put him on a leash and took him on a walk because the spear from full screen, right? Like he quite literally put him on the leash.
Yeah, pretty much. But it's not a leash you want to be on, especially when you get that crushing blow. Throw that
it hurts.
Yeah, or sorry, not crushing blow throw, crushing blow spear. Yeah, you get the full jump in the combo. And so Dubasic sitting on character select, I don't expect to see him switching. I think he's just taking a little bit of time probably to think about his different options and how he can play the matchup a little bit more to his favor, kind of try to take the pacing back a little bit quicker probably, which it seems like it was working out quite well. He looked like, honestly, it looked like Dubasic was controlling the entire match, but Mirko, yeah, there's that walk back strat. It's working. It's very classic old Combat League where you'd see pre-nerf, the Scorpion Spear used to recover a lot quicker, so people would just literally walk back and just throw spears over and over and over, and it's the most annoying thing to fight because you're like, you're not doing any damage to me, stop it. But in tournament, if you have the life lead, it is actually very legitimate, and so I don't think we saw a switch. I think I was correct on that.
I think it's the same.
Yeah, it's the same. As expected.
Yeah. The thing about the walk back that two different things happened with the walk back. The very first round that he started doing the walk back to make the comeback, it ended up forcing Dubasic to want to press buttons and to do something that was unsafe enough for him to either get a whip punish or a block punish. And so Mirko took advantage of that, right? So in the second round, when he started doing the walk back again, Dubasic would walk forward and press absolutely nothing. He would be too terrified to press buttons after walking him into the corner, which is incredibly rare. So the adaptation comes into, how do I walk forward and still apply pressure to a character with a teleport cancel and somebody who has been very clearly hitting me with 4-3-4 or anything else like that, right?
Oh, he just flawless blocked the teleport and then didn't punish it because I think he assumed that there was going to be the amp follow-up, but that's a pretty funny situation. It's like the most punishable situation you could possibly get. But yeah, this is weird. Are we watching? Oh, look at that. Yeah. He's stopped. He's losing his patience, going for the raw nomad dash, a huge risk. And to be fair, it did work earlier in the set, so it is an understandable choice to try it at least once again. But that one hit is going to mean that Chip is going to be on the table and didn't even need to. 4-3 is going to land, and Mirko now on match points, playing the long game.
Yeah, well, the long game is exactly it. Slowing down the speed demon ended up being the proper choice, but okay, forgot the breakaway. Oh, my ribs.
Ouch. Yeah, it's funny, he slams on your back and then it breaks your ribs, but whatever works. And yeah, that is a huge amount of damage, and honestly, it's really important. Like I said, we do tend to see it saved a lot, but oh no. And yeah, has to break away there, but the life lead is now gone. Okay, although he's going to steal it back very quickly here. Doesn't spend more than one bar. That's pretty surprising to me. He usually likes to at least go for the air slam.
Yeah, that's exactly where Dubasic wanted to be, though, is just being able to be in a position where walking back is no longer a safe option for Mirko, and it's become a much more of an up-close fight. And I mean, Cabal is definitely going to need that in this kind of situation.
Yeah, and this is scary.
Oh! And he gets the overbreak! Let's go, Dubasic!
Okay, that's actually huge. I don't know why he attempted to break there. There were like several different options that would have made breaking there pretty scary, and that was a pretty clear time to go for Fatal Blow. So now no defensive bar going into the final round of the set, and that means no teleport cancels, no breakaways against a huge damage character, and I think Dubasic knows that. He's taking advantage. He says, okay, now is not the time to wait and be patient. I need to push this pressure as much as possible. Escape failed again.
You got to think it's probably one of those anxiety breakaways that happen. You know, he was like, oh, I was so close to being able to win, and then you just kind of get angry and press the button without even thinking about it.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's going to break the morale, but going to be able to get the hit here, switching the sides, using both offensive bars. He's got to get that life lead because the second your basic gets on pressure, it could be scary, but not going to allow for a chance right here. Full mix up.
Oh yeah, this has been, okay, this is a great opportunity for a turnaround, but if Mirko gets even one single hit, this could be it. However, to basic, you can see how high damage he can get with this variation. Oh, gets hit, maybe tries to neutral duck. No, got the counter, and the grab is gonna be it with the quick brutal. Popping his spine out, and that I mean, that is something I definitely expect to see, and we see it a lot at round start too. But you know, now that I said that, of course they're probably going to play safe at round start. I'm talking over it a lot. I'm continuing to talk over it, but these players have been really good about not skipping the intros today. We don't tell them not to skip intros. They just want to hear it, which is dope.
I'm a big fan. I come from games where you actually have to not skip intros for reasons, but you know, you don't have to do that in this game.
Yeah, it's true. This one connects pretty quick, but here we go, starting off, and just small hits here and there. Beautiful anti-air, the down 3, and that is something, again, we very rarely see Asadamasa go for, but Scorpion with not the strongest jump-ins, plus the ability to cancel into teleport out of the air, so down 3 would be every single one of those options, and you can tell the Master of Knowledge is there.
Yeah, definitely going to be hard to be able to work around those kinds of defensive options. But there it is. Yeah, faking that he's going to walk forward by just kind of like faking the wave dash in a sense. Like he's going for dash into block, which is a wave dash, but he's canceling it way fast. And then there's the backup. Oh man, the back one. And just fighting for his life, and he's making a lot of correct decisions. But finally, he is in chip range. Chip avoided right here. Only one more defensive bar for the last breath. He's got to make it happen here and now.
Oh, and the roll through is going to do it. But I have to point out, Mirko did a very weird raw stance switch in neutral right there. And I'm wondering if that was an attempt to fatal blow, because there's really no other reason he'd be using the button at that point in time, which would have been a very hard read, but it was unfortunately just a stance switch. And so we see how that ended up. But here we go. Asadamasa playing very offensive, and you can really tell. Oh, ouch.
Oh, and now he gets corner too. You got to watch out for either get up roll. Oh, jump is the option. I was thinking get up roll or teleport, right? But it was ending up being jump.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Asadamasa is probably thinking, okay, they're waiting for wake up roll or teleport. So, I mean, that's you know, that's the way the defense works here. But Asadamasa is still, great conversion, but has a lot of life to make up, is what I was gonna say. Has the fatal blow. I don't think he's used the 2-1-3 crushing blow fully yet, so it's still possible. But not easy.
Hey, look, I've seen Asadamasa make the comeback from having no health at least 3 times today alone.
That's true.
I'm not counting it out.
Made the comeback from way worse situation in the mirror with no fatal blow, no 2-1-3 crushing blow, and still made it work. But there we go. I don't think this is enough. I think this is
I think it's
close.
Alive. I think it's alive.
Yeah, I think this is just about like 1% left, or I could be wrong and it could be enough. Let's see. Okay, yeah. 2% left. 2% left. Oh, and
the teleport!
Oh, that's rough. I mean, that was a huge risk, and Asadamasa knew it. I'm surprised we saw such a late earthquake right there, as opposed to like a little bit of an earlier one that maybe would have hit meaty, but that was a cool pickup.
Whatever the case may be, one apiece in rounds. Training partners for sure at this point.
Yeah. Oh, I like that. Trying to bait bait him into thinking that there was gonna be earthquake, then actually did it. You can tell there's just like so many little mind games in every one of these little interactions. But here's a 2-2 crushing blow, gonna bleed for a ton.
Yeah, that's the big thing, especially because Cetrion wants to fight you far away anyway, right? So like Mirko's gonna take advantage of that by allowing for the crushing blow to do the damage without him actually having to take risk.
Oh, but that's the punish. I do need somebody else. Again, if anybody in chat knows why so many Cetrons use 114, please let me know, because I don't know. I just don't know. But it's very unsafe, and we see the punish, and we see the life lead out from Mirko, who is now, again, backing up. Oh, there's the spear. Has such great timing on knowing when to use the spears, and that is going to be completely unbreakable. A 100% guaranteed kill as Mirko is going to take game number 1. And you can see, again, he's so good at switching up the pace from super aggressive to extremely passive.
And that's actually what got him so much mileage out of versus Do Basic, right? Was just like he started out Omega aggressive, and then the passiveness came into play just around the very end, and it was everything that was needed because the switch up was just so jarring, so out of nowhere for his opponent. Like Asanamase wasn't ready for it, Do Basic wasn't ready for it, and it's working out beautifully.
Yeah, I mean, two of the best players that we have now have been not comfortable. At least it looks like they're not comfortable fighting against such a patient Scorpion. But clearly there's a reason why Mirko is comfortable doing it, and that's because he's played against these players so many different times, and he's seen that it works, and it's continuing to work. So that shows to me at least that the life lead is going to be gigantic in this matchup, and it usually is against Cetrion anyway, but with just that ability for Scorpion to run away without actually being able to force damage onto you, it becomes extra important. So whoever gets the first hit is going to have a big advantage, I would say.
Yeah, and there it is. You see that, like, that kind of fake wave dash. Oh, but there it is again. You just talked about it a moment ago as well. The 114 instead of the 144.
Or yeah, 114. And actually, Macran in chat just told me it's something you get when you try to do 1-1 back forward 4, which is 1-1 into tornado. So maybe it's just a missed input. Yeah, that's a really unfortunate one though. Super unsafe, and it doesn't really bait anything. Maybe like some flawless block attempts, but really not going to get that much, except for you getting punished.
I mean, it makes so much sense, right? Because it's the same input. Technically, it's just a directional input prior to it. It's just if you input it maybe too fast or too slow.
Yep, happens to the best of us and the worst of us, which is me. So you see, my execution's so bad, I just assume I'm going to get the wrong thing, so I go for something safer.
That's fine. I'm the best. Don't even worry about it. I've never messed up ever. Don't even. No, I'm kidding.
I have zero proof that you've ever messed up. But all right, here we go. Ooh.
So Mirko has had an incredibly high rate of teleport being able to whiff punish anything that Asanamase has been going towards at this point, and he hasn't even been taking the teleport all the way to the fullest, right? He'll amplify it and then he'll restand you into a mix-up. You saw it there with the interactable, and I feel like it's paying off so hardcore. There's just so much extra damage on deck, and yeah, that was basically checkmate, right? Because even if you had time to block, I think that was chip. So it was basically flawless block or die there. But yeah, I'm pretty sure there was no time to block.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was going to be a punish, pretty much guaranteed anyway. So, yeah, I mean, just exactly like you said, though. Oh, another huge risk. God, we're seeing so many huge risks here. But just such amazing reactions from Mirko to punish everything with teleport. And, I mean, it's got to be a big advantage that these two definitely at least live in the same region. Oh, for the amplified Searing Rage. I don't know. That was a very interesting move to use. Keeps you a little bit plus, but the mix-up potential didn't come out. I think Asanamase was ready, probably because he's seen it before, as very few people have.
Yeah, well, I mean, you get both the, I believe you get the Burning Spear buff at the same time as getting the plus frames, right? So I feel like that's one of the big reasons why you go towards it. But yeah, like you said, Asanamase completely ready for it. The throw gets escaped. That's actually the first throw break so far.
Oh, big hit, but didn't go into Fatal Blow. Didn't think the second hit was going to hit, and that's going to be it. Mirko, a very quick 2-0. And yeah, I mean, just going back to that, like the spear, the Burning Spear, like amplify, it's just such a weird hit because it doesn't really give you anything. It's only plus on hit. It's not gonna be plus on block. So I think the whole goal there is just for Mirko to like weird the opponent out, but clearly that's not what happened. But clearly it didn't matter because he managed to pull it off anyway. Yeah, it's just not looking easy for Asanamase here. Usually this matchup is a little bit closer, but Mirko, I think he just gained so much momentum from the whole like shift of power in that last match where it went from Do Basic like destroying him to suddenly he found the answer, and he's just been using that momentum and just brought it all the way from that set into this set. And we need to see if Asanamase can put up like maybe a literal wall and stop him in his tracks.
Yeah, you know, that game specifically for Mirko was the inverse of how his other games have gone. To start, he was patient, and then it was all aggression, all gas throughout it after that. I mean, I have to attribute a lot of the damage potential to the fact that he has been, I don't know if it's reaction or just the hardest reads of all time on these teleports, because he has caught Asanamase through those, what is it, like 8 out of 10 times at this point? The ratio is huge.
Yeah, and the reward is always going to be so good off of that. So yeah, you don't even need that many more times than that. But we'll see if he can do it again. All right, first hit from Asadamasa, so that means he gets to start his pressure. Nice little mix up there with the ground pound cancel. But again, Mirko ready. Nobody's been able to surprise anybody else in this set. They are training partners, so it's showing.
That's exactly what we were expecting coming into this. Is the players themselves won't get surprised by the choices, but we as spectators and commentators and whatnot will be a bit weirded out by some of the choices. Obviously, the amplified burning spear was a bit weird, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh,
but ooh,
I'm sorry, that almost led to a lot.
Yeah, but again, really good defense. Neither player, again, being really surprised that any of this is happening. Blocking that overhead immediately after that very nice flawless block was a really good call. Ooh, okay, gets the knockdown, which is a little bit nicer than usual.
No punish off the roll, but luckily still being able to get the throw there. No throw escape failed, so luckily it's not, fatal or crushing blow is not on deck.
A great block again on the overhead, and Mirko still can get one really nice conversion into fatal blow, especially with a spear, but nope, gonna spend the bar. Very wise from Asadamasa to get that little bit of extra damage, and actually technically it was plus frames even if it hadn't finished, so it would have guaranteed chip afterwards unless it was a flawless block. But Asadamasa get on the board.
There it is again. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. From the last time, he showed the knowledge being able to flawless block, punish that, and got it a second time.
Oh, gets clipped just barely by the down 4. Okay, and now it looks like, okay, he went for the punish on the natural barrier, but just slightly too slow, and you can see how badly that's going for him now. But again, all right, the up 2 is going to lead to a side switch, and this is scary.
Oh, down 2 to be able to get out, though. And I mean, for what side switch that Mirko got, Asadamasa is able to make his way out. Fatal blow is on deck, though, so one hit could just be actual death.
Oh, but this is also really scary as far as chip goes. Mirko can't be too patient here. The down 1 challenge after the unsafe-ish spear. And runs into the natural barrier, and this,
Down ones, yeah. I mean, at that point you were locked into it, and you want to try and get out, but unfortunately you cannot. First game that Asadamasa was able to take, and that started to look a lot better.
Yeah, I mean, I think, again, just like we saw earlier where Mirko changed the entire pace of the match against Basic, it seems like Asadamasa is going for a little bit of that type of strategy himself, where he's saying, like, okay, hold on. I can't let you run away with this. We've played each other a million times. There's no way that I'm just going to get run over. And he's changing how he's playing. It does actually feel almost like there's even maybe a little bit more pressure from Asadamasa, just keeping him locked in. But overall, it's just been solid reads, even with a lot of really good defensive reads actually from Mirko in that last set. It wasn't able to lead to quite enough to bring it back. We saw some nice wake up 2s, some flawless blocks that we hadn't seen earlier in the set, but Asadamasa just making the just kind of like the base adaptations. I don't even know if there's too much that I can read into it.
Yeah, I feel like for this match in particular, base adaptations are kind of the only way to go. There's not something huge that's happening between the two outside of maybe, I guess, if you want to call teleport cancel being a big thing. I don't know if it counts as like a big thing. That feels like a basic thing that you should have on deck versus Scorpion a lot of the time. So
yeah, I mean, again, also even when players play each other a bunch too, like these two are training partners, then it usually is just the base adaptations, just making the right reads in the right situations. But that was a really nice combo to start off, all off of just a jump kick into spear as opposed to jump kick into teleport, which can be punished right there.
Wow. So Asadamasa that entire time was attempting to fake Earthquake or any other grounded move, right? By just whiffing down 2s, down 3s, right? Just over and over again. And Mirko did not bite and effectively reacted to Earthquake properly and has done so almost every single time, despite Asadamasa trying to bait him out.
Yeah, these teleports have been a 100% hit rate so far this game. And this is a really important game because Mirko still needs just 2 more rounds to take the set and move into grand finals on the winner's side, which is going to be a really nice deal.
That flawless block going to be able to help Asadamasa out, but reading the H2O port, Okay, just down three. Yeah, catch him trying to walk forward. Down three, you tried to walk back, I got you. Down three, I got you.
Down four, I think, but it's similar button. Yeah. But yeah, it's yeah, that is interesting because we haven't seen that as much of an option, especially because Setron's down 4 and down 3 are incredibly good. So usually you don't want to try to challenge it, but Mirko just pulling out the perfect moment just to try to close out those final tiny hits. And nice crushing blow. Finally catches out on that. Hasn't had too much of an opportunity before, but oh yeah, 2 in a row. No defensive bar. Here it is now, but it's only appearing after the restand into the crushing blow, so no breakaway available. And I don't know how you make this comeback. Good luck, Asadamasa. You've done it before. You can do it again, but maybe not. Increased damage because of the spear buff, and now only 2% life. The teleport. Oh!
That's a start. Hold on. Wait a minute. One more throw. Okay.
Oh, but there's no Oki off of this throw, and the forward 3. Didn't even get chip kill right there. Just tried to press a button, and a great final round for Mirko, who was looking undefeatable today. But here we go, grand finals again. The return of the Do Basic Jade, but he's got a long road ahead of him.
Yeah, I mean, you got to win 2 sets for those of you who are just tuning in, or maybe don't know how tournaments work. Tournaments are double elimination format, so you have to be able to put somebody into the lower bracket and then defeat them there, which means Mirko is not in the lower bracket at all. Got 2 lives to work with.
Yeah, now he's doing a lot with his first life as he took the life lead early. And one big deal here is that the Scorpion damage is going to be a lot higher than the Jade damage. So Jade is going to have to get a lot more openings. However, has been finding quite a few of them.
Okay, check back block on that. But yeah, wow, the defense right now. Neither of them are doing like strings that are easily like punishable. And as soon as I say that, a teleport comes out. But fatal blow.
Oh, yep. As expected. Yeah, you don't often get to fatal blow with Scorpion, so you really want to use it in a situation where you guarantee that you'll close out a game. Oh, whoa, that wasn't enough. I was
maybe not a guarantee.
Okay. Just a lot of down pokes in a row. Do what you can do. But Mirko taking game number 1.
Fight.
Okay, well, I mean, Mirko definitely calling out the right thing to do there for sure on the fatal blow. Because, yeah, just like you said, you don't get that fatal blow a lot. So it's not like he's more than likely going to use it again in this round. But what a reaction right there on the teleport. He's going to be able to get full conversion off that too.
All right, now checking with the down pokes of his own. Oh, that's going to be a punish. All right, so I saw somebody in chat actually ask, why is Jade's damage not good? And I think it's worth explaining. So Jade gets great damage with the pole vault off of any small little hit, but that's the maximum damage she can ever really get, just because she doesn't have a launcher that's not a crushing blow launcher. So you see her doing stuff like punishing for 100 damage, just like that, or, getting maybe max like 180 or something like that, or, maybe 200 for a bar, which is not a whole lot compared to the Scorpion that can get like 400 for 2 bars. Ooh, great flawless block.
Yeah. Oh, but there it is, the down 2. Scorpion's gonna live for this one right here because there was no defensive bar to work with for Do Basic.
Running so long. All right, yeah, and no defensive bars. That was going to be the full 350, and yeah, there we go. I mean, you want a good example of the damage that Scorpion can pull off. Pretty realistically, that's it.
Yeah, no, this character on average has some higher damage output for sure. Don't even need the burning spear, but he has it. I mean, he can use that too.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, what a flawless block. That seems so fast. Like, I didn't even think he'd be ready for it, but lo and behold.
Yeah, so Mirko actually is extremely good at flawless blocking people out of the air. So I did mention this a little bit earlier, but Mirko, one of the best at dealing with, especially, the main culprit really is the upgraded style Jackie, the bionic bounce Jackies that we see. Mirko has an unbelievably high win rate against all of them that we see in the open series because he flawless blocks them out of the air from so many of their different options, and his patience is so good, and he just knows perfectly how to beat people that go to the air. So the moment that anybody goes to the air, Mirko is, I think, just happy. Just there's got to be a smile on his face. He's like, all right, I can fatal blow you, I can teleport, I can do whatever I want. But in that case, we saw the fatal blow, and I think we see a lot of these players not really going for jump ins against Mirko because they know that already. But you see one, and there it is, big punish into the win, and Mirko, on top of having that extra 3-game pillow, has taken the first one.
Yeah, it's very similar to me as to Arn Kratos, right? Arn Kratos has like a very good flawless block game as well. Obviously not here this week, but like that's what I'm drawing parallels from for sure. So I think you're right. That may be what's like stopping all these people from being able to jump in on Mirko, because the jumps are really not working out when they do come out.
Yeah, luckily.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, luckily Jade doesn't have to play a super jumpy game, and I think especially after the way that last one ended, Dubasic's gonna be like, yeah, I'll just stay on the ground.
Yeah, Jade's not even really jumping; she's just pole vaulting, right? It's a little bit different.
Yeah, and it's a lot harder to deal with because the pole vault is 2 hits. It's not like you can just flawless block it and then punish it with like an up 2 or something like that. So it is an extremely strong move, and we see Dubasic showing that off winning the first round.
Definitely a change of pace from the first game for sure, but oh, Nitro kicks just working out beautifully.
Oh, nice.
Back one.
Yeah, I mean, it's really hard to challenge Jade in the neutral with normals like that, just because her back 2 and her down 4 and just so many of her different options are so far away. And there we go, we actually see the back 2 just slightly too slow on the whiff punish. Standing 4 does whiff recover super quickly. Good block.
Great block on the overhead, though. Wow. Yeah, I mean, like, you know, honestly, I can't think of many times last game that Dubasic went to the overhead as a mix-up. So I'm surprised he was ready for it right then and there. But I guess it is a little bit slower.
Yeah, it definitely is, and Mirko's reactions are unbelievable. Probably the best reactions of any of these players, as we've seen with so many of his teleports. So I have a faith in him to block any even slightly reactable overhead, but didn't get the punish, which was weird. Now, though, getting chipped out in the corner with the staff spin, and Dubasic, who's stuck with the Jade, is showing why. This is as long as you can get Scorpion in the corner, really as long as you can get anybody in the corner, this Jade's pressure is going to be terrifying.
Yeah, that was a complete turnaround from the first game. This is starting to look like it's going down to the wire, and again, seeing Dubasic's Jade is an absolute treat. It's like I'm always expecting the Cabal, and then it's just like Jade's coming out. She hasn't skipped a beat in however long, you know, and she hasn't been played in the Open Series. And I mean, hey, look, we're one apiece right now. Mirko's gonna have to pull out something at this point.
Yeah, I mean, at least the very first game looked really good, so I think Mirko's just going to have to kind of win the back and forth game. And luckily luckily for Mirko, if they do win the back and forth game, if they play the back and forth game, he will win in the end because he did manage to take the first game. But on top of that, he still does have the fact that he's in the upper bracket of the grand finals. So all things considered, I don't think there's still a ton of pressure on Mirko. He's just going to be able to, at the very minimum, take this time to kind of figure out the game plan up against this Jade. Or, you know, and if he wins, he wins. That's really the way you got to look at it. You know, you take those.
Coming into it already. Oh, yeah, we saw a ton of that from Mirko in previous sets. The standing one, just being able to get the anti-air and an easy conversion. But wow, he ducked under the down 2 and gave you a down 2 of your own.
Ouch, yeah. I mean, it is high, technically, every single down 2. So you love seeing the down 2 punishes. Oh, and yeah, this damage has added up so much, and especially, like I said, Jade, not a high damage character, so making this comeback will be a very difficult thing, but stuff's the standing for anti-air, not gonna matter. Mirko, quick round.
Round 2.
Yeah, that damage absolutely added up. I 100% agree. Like, oh man, and again, the anti-air game from Mirko, just beautiful right now. You had talked about it, a lot of people were scared to jump in on him. It wasn't just because of the flawless block. We had seen reaction teleports. We have seen reaction standing ones. It just, the anti-air game in general has been great. It's clearly practiced.
Yeah, he controls the skies for sure. But on the ground, you know, he's also terrifying, which is why people want to jump. But great flawless block on Dubasic's side. Ooh, went for the interactable. A lot of people just get randomly hit by that low, so good block from Mirko.
Yeah, enhance that. But oh, there's the get up. Okay, wow, you threw it. Okay, all right, okay, yeah.
Hey, that was a great flawless block read. But now still in the corner, that was a forward throw, which is a little bit detrimental. Nice, I like that. Get out of the corner even if you die right here. But if you don't, then, oh, never mind. He's still in the corner. Went for one more big risk. Understandable. But unfortunately, that means not much defensive bar going into this next game. It's slowly refilling, but only one, which means no breakaway. But I guess it's not going to matter as much against Jade.
Yeah, you're going to take a lot of grounded hits anyway. So.
Yep, and I just little down pokes, just very, very reserved pressure. Oh, we do see the glow.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, the spear does exist. It can be used, but I like that Mirko used the glow activation to just activate the burning spear himself, right? It's just like, okay, you can have this, but now I get more damage if I hit you, so.
Yeah, it's, I mean, honestly, it's kind of like a beneficial, I don't want to say trade, but like a beneficial situational trade for Mirko.
Mutual benefit.
Yeah. But I would say Mirko definitely gets the most out of it because having that buff is so nice, especially the fact that it also increases the damage of your grabs. And teleport. Interestingly enough, teleport is considered a spear move, so that does buff pretty much every single hit that you're going to get.
Oh, this is going to hurt. Oh, because he's going to take all that damage over time, and now he's going to get the burning spear right back. Run gets canceled here.
Oh yeah, and again, just checking with that mid forward 3. Very, very solid mid, but the damage added up. Gets a little bit more extra damage again because of the spear buff, and now just needs one more little hit. Oh, the patience again. Oh, double run cancel and the grab. I love it. Goes for the plus frames.
Oh, nice block.
Okay, I love that attempt because there was only 3 seconds left on the clock, and the only way that we were going to see it come back there was if the fatal blow landed, and just dash up into kind of a delayed fatal blow was really a bait to try to see if somebody's muscle memory came out, and they tried to, like, you know, either neutral duck or like swing on a grab or something. So I really do appreciate that attempt, but realistically that was a checkmate situation, and I do think Mirko knew it. And so now Mirko up 2 games. Will we see a switch back to the Cabal, or I think Sindel's probably off the table, but at the very least maybe a switch back to the Cabal, or
probably just thinking about it. Might take a second. You know, there's a lot to think about right now because this is kind of like your last chance, right? It's 2-1 and Mirko is in the winner's side of the bracket, so whatever you pick, you're stuck with, right, up until the bracket resets, and then that's it. Like, you got to figure it out right this moment.
Yeah, this is really impressive that Mirko, honestly, I mean, this is, everybody in this tournament was super high level, but the fact that Mirko is standing so far above them at this, just today, you know, not as like a permanent thing, but like, you know, really making Acid Amatsa look uncomfortable and really making Too Basic look uncomfortable when they're just showing so much skill today. It's just kind of unbelievable, especially the fact that he's just played one variation of Scorpion and that is it. But it does look like we are going to see the commitment to this Jade in the final potential game. Otherwise, the next one will have to be the final game. And so there's a potential that we won't see the Cabal back out again for this entire tournament. Let's see.
Yeah, same variation and all. Nothing's going to change here for Do Basic, so this is what it is.
Yeah, just gonna try to ride this pressure, but big combo here. Ooh, interesting with the instant jump kick. That's an old combo. Usually you go for standing 4 right there. Scales a little bit better, but I like this. This is something we haven't seen a whole lot from Do Basic, is converting into the amplified staff, or I guess amplified pole vault. I think there's an actual unique name for it, but I'm not sure what it is. But the one where she gets on your neck and stabs you, it does a lot of damage and gives you a better knockdown. So it's oftentimes used when you do get that confirmed.
I'm pretty sure it's amplified pole vault. I have the stream up and it's delayed, so I could probably just watch it. But
okay. Well, regardless, it is yeah, it's a good move, and you can see that the damage adds up. To Basic though, still has to fight back. Has fatal blow, just needs one confirm.
Yeah, but that's been the hard part, right? Is being able to actually. Oh man, the spear. I was gonna say it's super difficult so far for Do Basic to have opened up Mirko. It's basically been a lot of whiff punish damage or anything like that that's gotten him, you know, the payment. And yeah, okay, so there is the whiff punish right here.
Yeah, exactly like you were just saying. And I gotta say, that last spot of that raw spear in the block string, that was a bait on a fatal blow. So it was a super smart read. It was a gigantic risk, but obviously it paid off. This is tournament point for Mirko, but Do Basic is not letting this round look easy at all. My gosh, this life bar is just gone. And you know, a lot of the time you don't really need to open people up as much with Jade if you get them into the corner, because then there's just so much chip, there's so much scary potential from grabs even, and there we go. Do Basic almost getting a flawless this round, turning things around completely from the last one.
Yeah, and luckily he saves that down to crushing blow as well. So there's going to be the breakaway. Standing mix-up does get blocked, though.
Plus frames again. And just constantly pressing buttons, even when just slightly minus. But oh, Mirko, I was going to say, so patient, finds the right moment to 4-3-4 and cash out on that damage. And every bit of damage that 2Basic did in that round, as it looked like he was taking the lead, has now basically been evened up ×2.
Oh, but catching the helport cancel. But yeah, they just trade on the down ones right there. And finally, the throw actually. He was ducking for so long that I thought maybe he was just going to duck that entire time and duck that. And like that!
Yeah, he didn't even. He's like, okay, you know, I committed to that long. I'm just going to commit to it again. Now, this is going to scale a lot. I don't think it's quite enough. I could be wrong. Yep, not quite. So there's still an opportunity here. Teleports on board, but the down two to catch the jump over. And 2Basic is not out of this yet. Ties up the pre-reset set 2-2, and the Jade commitment looks like it may have worked out.
Yeah, well, so I guess sometimes you just got to take a breather, right? Like, even if the character's kind of getting beat up, you just got to think about it for just a moment, you know, come back at it with a different mindset. And 2Basic, I feel like, did that beautifully.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, his Cabal from the set earlier, it wasn't like it was like absolutely destroyed. Like, it did look a little bit lost in the end, but it was still a game 5 set. So the idea of going back to the Cabal is definitely not off the table for 2Basic, but I do like the fact that he committed, especially once you've played a character for I guess it was now 5 or 6 games in a row. You're really in the zone with that character, right? And you have to take a little bit of a time to adapt back to the mindset of the previous character. So I like the fact that you like, we saw 2Basic commit, just let's go Jade all the way. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, then at least you tried something new. At least you're sitting at minimum 2nd place, and you know, finals is only in like 3 days. So trying something new here could lead to greater success when there's more money on the line.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're getting a good amount of money from 2nd place in the 1st place, so I think it's fine regardless. But Mirko switched.
Oh,
that is a different variation.
All right, so this is just pure Searing Rage, right? So we're gonna go for the full thing, yep, with the extra hit off of the 2-1 string, which we already saw. But is that a counter? Yeah, that was the. Wait, was it the counter? Does this one have the counter?
I missed it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think that was the counter. I thought that was like a maybe every variation has that. I don't know. Maybe I don't know if that's about Jade. But regardless, yeah, Mirko going for the higher damage version without the teleport cancels, which is very rare. But we do see Mirko and a few of the Scorpions bring this out in matchups where they really feel like the damage means more than being able to, like, for example, get around projectiles. And right now you can see why. Oh, actually drops the last hit, so it didn't do as much damage as it could have. Only dropped it at like 325.
Yeah, only. But that death spin is like the big deal, because when you have that burning spear, death spin does way too much damage. Fatal blow, this is going to at least try to get the life totals close enough for 2Basic to be able to make the comeback, but that means this fatal blow is going to be gone for the rest of the game, so you really want this round.
Yeah, and it's still not even quite a life lead, and you can see Mirko willing to be patient here. Oh, but it's a guess. It's a guess. It's going to be a cancel. It's going to be the full pole vault. It's going to be the kick and a wash. After all of that, after setting up the glow anyway, the spear still worked. And now again, tournament point for Mirko.
Oh man, yeah, your projectile invulnerability only lasts so long, and then you just will not be ready for me to go to it.
Oh, big conversion. All right, you get just more damage for every combo when you have these extended strings, because the 4-3-2 exists, because the 2-1 grab exists. Oh no, he went for the read, but didn't work out, but the down 2 read did. And let's see this 4-3-2 into the spin, 426 damage, just needs to land one more solid hit.
What's wild to me is he actually ran out of the burning spear in the middle of that combo, so I don't think death spin actually did the most amount of damage it could have.
Yeah, and it was only over 400. Going for chip, that's going to be a free punish, but Mirko knows that the punish isn't going to be gigantic.
He caught it before the death spin actually came out. Overhead fully connects right here, and then the anti-air, but oh no, the string whips just enough that Mirko can punish, gets the brutality, and Mirko is going to be your weekly invitational champion.
Wow, the switch to Searing Rage at the end.